اينشتاين بيقول التعليم مفهوش ملل، حط نفسك مكاني هتفقد الامل. ملينا المدرسه ونظام صب وكب، شرح طول الوقت عمل لنا دروب. يا استاذنا عقلي مش سبونج بوب، يشرب المعلومه وبعديها يكب. هنا في نوسكول طلعنا من الدروب، لعب مرح تفاعلات هتعجبك يا بوب.
نوسكول أكاديمي. Simply learn different.
Hello everyone, welcome to this episode from Nowschool Academy, and I'm Miss Nihal with you. Today we're gonna take Unit 14 Grammar, which is the second conditional or if conditional type 2. So let's start our session to see what we're gonna take. Before anything, I wanted to bring all your tools beside you. Keep yourself separated from any kind of distraction. Please get your books, school book of course, dictionary, notebook, colorful pens and pencils, highlighters, markers, sticky notes, mobile tablet or laptop or anything that you're going to scan the QR code of the games from it. Okay, our agenda for today or the objectives for today are easily achieved. So please help me to achieve them. By the end of this session, you're going to be able to, inshallah, mention the usage and the form of the second conditional if. The second objective is going to be explain the negative and the interrogative form of if conditional type 2 and express some situations using if conditional type 2. So let's get started the session. Before anything else, I want you just to scan the code or go down to visit the link below the video to play such game, which is the pre-quiz. And you're able, of course, to delay till the end of the session if you find something difficult for you. And I'm waiting for you here, so please hurry up. Hey guys, where are you? Are you here? Is anyone there? The first thing that I'm going to discuss with you is such a warm-up activity, something like imagination. So please dream with me and imagine with me. Suppose that you are walking in the street and suddenly you find a bag. Inside this bag, for example, $1 million. So what would you do? Or what will you do by this money? Let's imagine together regardless any grammar rule. If you notice, I just used 2 grammar rules. So please write down in the comments below. Leave your comments below the video and I'm going to check them. Just an imagination. Anyone can express anything that he or she likes, okay? Okay. First of all, Miss Nihal, I'm going to, or I will, to the most precise way, I will buy a new house, I will travel to Paris, anything using the money from it, okay? Or buy it. Our session today is called What, as I told you, if conditional type 2. First of all, someone of you asks me, Ms. Nihal, what's mean by conditional? Okay, this is a very nice question. Let's start from the very beginning. You know, we are going to talk about something like a cause and a result. A cause for something and a result of that cause. For example, let's suppose talking about studying and success. What's the cause of success? Of course, studying. And what's the result of studying? Success. Yeah, great. I just hear some of you replying after me, okay? Super students. So, as I told you, a cause and a result. The cause, we can call it the action, or in other words, condition, okay? So from here comes the word conditional. And we express this clause, the part of the sentence. If you remember, you talked about the word clause itself, part of a sentence. We call it if clause or conditional clause. If you study, so what's going to be the result of this? Yeah, this is called the result clause. You will succeed. You will pass your exam. Actually, this is not what we are going to talk exactly because we have 4 types of such rule. If conditional has 4 types, type 0, type 1, 2, and 3. So today we're going to talk specifically about type 2 and which is slightly different in meaning and usage from what I'm saying, okay? Just playing with the tenses, just changing the tenses, but the overall meaning is the same. Are you ready to begin with me? Okay, let's start. So, in the screen, the main rule of if conditional, the second conditional rule. So putting the words as a puzzle beside each other, we're gonna start the sentence with if, capital I, and then the subject of the sentence, he, she, or it, or anything, and then past simple tense. So in the second conditional tense, always stick to the past simple tense, to the second conditional sentences, okay? Then we put comma, and then start the second clause or the second part of the sentence with the subject again. Use would or should or could or might all the way through. Don't go to will. No, stick to the past. After one of these modal verbs, you put the infinitive form. So again, the rule is in front of you. We start the sentence with if, yeah, great. And notice the capital I of if, then past simple, and then comma. The comma is very important here. And then we put in the other side, away from if, would, should, could, or might, and the infinitive form of the verb. And as I told you from just few seconds, that the part of if is called the condition clause, the action clause, and the part or the other part on the other way is the result clause, or the thing or the situation that's gonna happen according to the condition, okay? So, going to the meaning or referring back to the meaning, what or when we are going to use this, what are the usages of such rule, okay? These are situations expressed in a way that are contrary to the facts. We can call them imaginary situations. So we use if conditional type 2 to talk about imaginary situations, something unlikely to happen. For example, you are sitting in class and you had a quiz yesterday. The result of the quiz or the teacher is distributing the papers of the quiz today. Now, at that moment, okay, pay attention with this. So you find yourself getting something like 7 over 10, 7 out of 10, okay? So you are sitting silently now and thinking about something like regretting or thinking about the situation itself. So you're gonna say, if I studied, because the quiz was yesterday, and of course studying was before, but the situation of the marks and the thinking is in the present. Can you see the difference? The situation itself is in the present, but thinking about something in the past. The thoughts are about the past. This is one important thing to pay attention for it. So you're gonna say again, if I studied, using the past simple tense, I would pass the exam. I would get better marks. I would get the full mark. Okay? So this is what we are using if conditional type 2 in. Okay? A present or actually a future situation happening at the moment or right now or maybe in the near future, but you are supposing something unlikely to happen. Okay? You got it now? Let's go through more examples to see this. So you have here the table that explains this, and you have, of course, another examples referring back to the $1 million or the big bulk of money or the bag that I found full of dollars. So let's see how can we put this in a sentence. If I found, not find, so it's in the past simple tense, $200,000, I would buy a new car, okay? Of course, it's gonna be a luxurious car, not only a normal car. If he were a bird, something imaginary, it's not true, okay? Unlikely to happen, contrary. Contrary means opposite to the current situation, to the fact, okay? If he were a bird, he would fly over the harbor or across the harbor, the place where ships and boats stand still there, okay? More examples here about the unreal present conditions. Unreal present conditional means what? Means imaginary situations, means something unlikely to happen. You are just proposing something, hypothetical situations, okay? Contrary to the fact. Okay, here we have an illustrative example or a kind of a more explanation or detailed explanation of two examples to refer back again about the meaning or the usage of if conditional type 2. One main issue here about this form is the usage, the meaning you get from the situation itself, because the rule is so easy. Whenever or once you know how to put the words as a puzzle, you're gonna be perfect in this rule, okay? But the main issue here is considering what are we talking about. The situation is in the present, in the future. We're gonna express it using type 1 or type 2 or whatsoever, okay? So pay attention with this. So be with me through this example. We are talking about Tim and Sally. Tim and Sally are poor, so they don't have enough money, and this is something true. What's not true is being rich, okay? So I would say, or I say in this situation, if they were rich, they would travel around the world. So this is an imaginary situation. We are imagining a situation in the present or future. Another example, Sally writes books, but not many people read them. So I say, if Sally wrote, okay? Can you notice the past form of the verb? If Sally wrote a best-selling book, she would be famous. She would be famous. Something unlikely to happen in the present or in the future. Imaginary situation. Okay? Is it clear now? Let's move on to the next point, which is the interrogative form. The interrogative way, or the way you're asking questions using if conditional type 2, is in the form or the context of this question, okay? What would you do if? Let's imagine together also. Referring back to the $1 million, I'm just concerning about this issue. I hope one day I will find something like that, okay? So let's see the pictures, and the examples refers to these pictures. If I had a lot of money, I would buy a new house. If I had more money, I would buy that dress. So this is all imaginary situations. Here, can you read the example with me, please, dear guys? Okay. Consider the question, what would you do? If, of course, and use the past simple tense, and then form the question and the situation using this. So read the example with me. What would you do if you did more exercises? The question is, what would you do if you did more exercises? If I did more exercises, I would be better, I would feel better, I would be fit. Any answer, even what's written in front of you, or another answer, according to the situation and the meaning of the context itself. Let's see this. Okay, if I bought, can you read with me the example, please? I want some of you to read and notice the form of the situation itself. If I bought a big house, I would have a beautiful big garden. And if I have a big beautiful garden or a beautiful big garden in my house, I would, make a lot of parties and so on. And then note something important also other than the form. Another important note here is that with he, she, and it, in the past simple, regularly or normally we use was. But here in this situation, we just use were. So, from a few seconds, we said, if he were a bird. No, it wasn't a mistake, because some of you may notice this. Okay, no, it wasn't a mistake. If he were is an imaginary situation. We're talking about imaginary things. So imagine another grammar. Feel free to do this, okay? So with he, she, and it in the second conditional, we use were and not was. He, she, it, and I. Okay? So this is an important note to be considered. I need more ideas, and you have here hypothetical situations and the freedom to imagine and complete the session in such way. So, if you could travel to any country, okay, what or where would you travel? or where would you like to go? Just imagine and tell me in the comments below. Are you ready? Are you ready to escape? You're going to travel now? Okay, thank you so much. Come back. Okay, be here. Where are you? Yeah, okay, return back from traveling phase right now. If you could be a hero, a superhero, supernatural hero, so what would you like to be? Tell me, please. Why? You don't like superheroes? You don't know? Okay, just tell me in the comments below. So, time for a quiz, the mid-quiz of the mid-session. So, please, I want you just to pause the video. What are you saying? Yes, but sometimes no. Mr. Adel Imam is saying yes, but sometimes no. Okay, this is a lot of English all the time. Okay, excuse me, please, for my sake, pause the video and go and do this quiz and return back to me so quickly as I'm waiting for you here. Hey guys, well done and welcome back. Let's complete our session for today. Now we're going to talk about using if conditional type 2 in giving advices. And this is one of the major usages of conditional type 2. So, we use if conditional type 2 to give advices, and almost or most of the sentences that express such situation starts with a phrase which is if I were you. If I were you, I should, actually. Okay? So, for example, here we have here an example. Can you read with me the examples as usual? Help me to read the examples. You are lost. Can you notice here the tense of the situation? In which tense you are? The situation itself is in the present. If I were you, so you are lost in the present. If I were you, because this is a kind of advice, I would ask somebody, where am I, or something like that. Another example, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. Please notice that we can freely put if conditional in the middle. And in this case, notice the I of the word if itself is small and without any comma. Can you see the example, this example? I wouldn't do that if I were you. Both are right. You can get if in the beginning or in the middle. But when it is in the middle, don't put any commas, okay? Can we complete the examples together? If I were you, I wouldn't buy that pullover. If I were you, I would study hard. Of course, also, it's right to say I should, I might, I could. All these modal verbs are right. Okay? So now time for the final quiz of such session. I noticed that the sessions are coming easily and light sessions recently, okay? So please pause the video and go and do your best to achieve the best results in this final quiz of the session and come back to me so quickly because we're about to finish. Boys and girls, dear guys and honeys, come back. Good work and good job. You were great. Now we're going to revise and remember together what we had taken throughout the whole session. Can you remind me what did we talk about today? Yeah, of course, we talked about if conditional type 2, the second conditional, and we talked about the meaning of the word conditional itself, whether it's a cause or a result. So we have two parts or two clauses, the conditional clause or the condition itself, the situation or the action, and the result. And the condition, maybe we can call it also the if clause. The rule itself says what? If plus subject plus past simple, comma, subject plus would or could or might or should plus infinitive. Okay, don't say we are talking in the past, so you're gonna put past after would or could or that. No. Would itself is the past, and then after the infinitive form, the base form of the verb. Okay? Regarding the usages, we said that we use we are using this to talk about imaginary situations, something contrary or opposite to the present or to the facts, and something unlikely to happen in the present or in the future. One major usage was for giving advices, and we should start this phrase with if I were you. If I were you, I should study harder, for example. Then let's move on to the planner. Oh, what's that? Let's see this comic. Yeah, we were well planned and we made an agenda to achieve, and you helped me to achieve this. Do you agree? Write for me in the comments below. Okay, the moral value for today is about the gratitude or being grateful to your family. So the family is one major blessing from Allah. Respecting them, living among your family members, and having the warmth and love of the family love or the family feeling, being one hand together, the unity, of the family members is something great. And you should, or all of us should, thank Allah for the blessing of the family. So please, you can call some of your family members if you are traveling or away from them. And please keep in touch with all your family members. For the homework of today, you have to check the attached files to know what's going to be the homework of today. And I wouldn't believe Mr. SpongeBob sayings, imagine a word without homework. Without homework, you don't know how to apply, whether you understand something or you still not understanding the same thing. For the preparation of the next session, inshallah, I want you to look up these words, whether in a dictionary or online or from anywhere else. Just prepare yourself with at least the pronunciation and the meaning, and I'm going to discuss everything with you in detail in the next session. Our words for the next session are going to be discovery. So I want you to know the pronunciation of the word and the meaning at least. Discovery. The next word is empire, and coast, not cost, okay, coast, and fascinated. The other word is, temples. I know that some of you know some of the words, maybe all, so you're great. And the last word that I want you to search for it is stuff and not staff, okay? See the difference. I will not tell you anything now. By this, I come to the end of my video and this session for today. Hope you enjoyed, because I enjoyed my time so much with you. Love you all, and please, let's go. Goodbye. You're waiting? Okay, goodbye.
نتمنى من كل قلبنا الحصة تكون عجبتك، وبنقول لك ما تنساش تحل الكويز اللي في المصادر، وكمان تقيم الحصة تحت في التعليقات. منتظرينك في اللايف في حفظ الله.